Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility, the show we do every Wednesday, talking about new albums, new releases. And here's another one for you. This is on the AFM Records label. Of course, if you mention AFM Records, you pretty much know you're in for some power metal in most cases. This is the 13th album. Man, I can't believe it's 13. I'd counted them all before we started recording this. But yeah, 13, lucky 13, hopefully lucky 13 for the band. From symphonic power metal, I guess you can call them legends. They've been around long enough now. I think they're one of the more notable ones of the genre. Rhapsody of Fire, Glory for Salvation. So, of course, unless you've been kind of like hiding under a rock for all these years, a lot of changes have happened in the formerly known as Rhapsody, now Rhapsody of Fire story. Okay, you had like kind of like a split of the band a number of years ago. You had founding member and guitar player Luca Turilli left the band, took Fabio Leone, the singer, off with him to do like Luca Turilli's Rhapsody, and Alex Staropoli, sorry, also founding member and keyboard player, decided to keep this band going and change the name. Well, they had to change the name Rhapsody of Fire to Rhapsody of Fire due to some sort of copyright things and legalities, right? So you had basically two versions of Rhapsody. And then Luca and his cast kept recruiting more from this band and kept changing the name, and I guess have kind of put it to rest, but now it's called something else. I can't even keep track anymore. But Alex Staropoli and his part of the band have kept it going pretty strong under Rhapsody of Fire. They have a few albums under their belt now. This is the second of what I believe is going to be a trilogy for the Nephilim Empire saga. Okay, so this big whole concept sort of thing, and let's take a look at this here. So great artwork all around on this digipack. I mean, generally speaking, most of the AFM Records releases are pretty nicely housed in these glorious digipack sort of things. Here's the booklet. All right, I like that artwork. Very power metally. Simon, if you're watching. And of course, in here you've got lyrics to all the songs. There are the guys in the band. I'll name them for you in a second, and you get, of course, individual shots with each of them. I think I missed a couple pages there. There we go. So on the album we have, let's see, Giacomo Volli on vocals, Alex Staropoli on keyboards. You got Robe Di Michele on guitars, right? Yep, otherwise known as Roberto. You got Alessandro Sala, who plays bass. And then you got on drums Paolo Marchezik. Marchezik? Yes. And he's fairly new to the band. He joined in the last year or so. So there you have it. So what do you get with this album? Well, I mean, if you have been following Rhapsody or Rhapsody of Fire for all these years, it should be no surprise the kind of music that you're going to get on here. It's very cinematic, orchestral, symphonic, power metal. Thankfully, what I really appreciate from the band in recent years is that they've kind of moved away from, and don't get me wrong, the early albums are great, but after a while it's most of the albums are these non-stop speedy power metal juggernauts with all the big bombastic keyboards and the double bass drums and speed-alike guitars, and that's all cool, like this kind of like neoclassical thing. But after a while, after a number of albums of that, it's like it kind of wears on you a little bit. So this particular album, and the last couple too, are more, they're still really, really symphonic. These are very keyboard dominated, obviously, as Alex is kind of leading the band now, basically. So, but definitely they slow down on the speed. You get it a little bit in spots here, like Made of the Secret Sand comes to mind. That's very neoclassical, kind of shreddy type of thing. But for the most part, these are very engaging, very memorable and melodic, loads of hooks, tons of keyboards. I mean, if you love orchestral keyboards, symphonic keyboards and synths in like metal or power metal, this is going to be right up your alley. I wouldn't say, Rhapsody or Rhapsody of Fire have oftentimes in the past kind of dived into progressive metal waters based on the technicality of the music, but there's not a ton of that here. This is more straightforward power metal, but a little slower, definitely more melodic. Tons of hooks all over the place. Son of Vengeance and The Kingdom of Ice, which lead off the album. Very, very memorable. Love the keyboard sounds. Just, if you love symphonic prog rock and you want to hear it more of in a more heavy metal direction, this will totally be for you. You got some mellow atmospheric tracks on here like Eternal Snow and Tyrael the Hawk. Abyss of Pain Part 2 is very cool. It's a continuation on from the last album, I believe. That's kind of neat, kind of creepy and ominous sounding. Infinite Gloriae, cool song. Magic Signs is very engaging. Great lead guitar work on that particular song. And I really think the vocals from Giacomo are excellent throughout the album. He's a really, really good singer. Then, of course, you have the single "I'll Be Your Hero," which was the EP that came out a few months back. That was basically the way for the band to kind of launch that as a single with some other stuff and different languages, different variations on that song. One of the other tracks sung in different languages, right? But "I'll Be Your Hero," very engaging, catchy song. Very, very cool. And then Chains of Destiny, also really, really nice. That kind of finishes up the album. Then you get a couple bonus tracks. You get Un Ode de per l'Héros and La Esencia de un Rey, okay, which are sung in a different language. Very nice, more ballady type things. Total running time between the regular album and the bonus track, 66 minutes and 5 seconds. Produced by Alex Staropoli, mixed and mastered by Sebastian Liverman. Cover artwork by Alexandre Charlot. Yeah, this is good. Very enjoyable. I like it. I found that for me, with power metal these days, I either like it when they slow things down and keep it really symphonic, but not this whole kind of speed of light thing, or when they kind of go heavier and crunchier. The whole fast, speed of light power metal thing, I think for me has kind of grown old. That's why I really love the latest Halloween album, which I think, again, one of the leaders of the power metal genre, have really been mixing it up quite a bit on their albums to get a little bit of everything, and I like the fact that you also get that here. But if you love absolutely keyboard and synth drenched heavy metal music, you've come to the right place here. It's very epic sounding, cinematic in scope, lots of fun, great melodies all over the place. The playing's really good, singing's really good. It's really not much not to like. So Rhapsody of Fire Glory for Salvation on AFM Records is their brand new release. So check it out if you haven't already, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Thanks for watching. Should have one more of these coming up today. And then make sure you stay tuned for 31 progressive rock stocking stuffers for the holidays from 1971, happening each and every day throughout the rest of the month. And more stuff coming at you. So thanks for watching. I am Pete Pardo. See you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.